Captain Tajin looked at the strange moon through the ship's big window. The surface was gray and full of rocks. His team, 6 soldiers from Earth, had come to this far place to learn about it. Anything new, Han Me? Tajin asked his second-in-command. Lieutenant Han Me checked her screen. Nothing dangerous, Captain. The air is thin, but we can breathe it with our masks. No signs of life. Tajin nodded. This was their job, to go to new places, learn about them, and report back to Earth. The small team was the best at what they did. They were careful, smart, and worked well together. Jun-Ho, Do-Young, get ready for a walk on the surface. Sum-Ki, make sure their suits work right, Tajin said. The team got to work. Sergeant Jun-Ho checked his gun, even though they never had to use weapons on these trips. Communications officer Do-Young packed her tools to take samples and pictures. Engineer Sum-Ki helped them put on their spacesuits. An hour later, Jun-Ho and Do-Young stepped onto the moon's surface. The rest of the team watched from the ship. It's very quiet here, Do-Young said over the radio. She bent down to pick up a small rock. The ground has strange marks, like something was dragged across it. Jun-Ho walked a few steps away. Captain, I think. A blast of light hit the ground near Jun-Ho's feet. Then another one barely missed Do-Young. We're under attack, Jun-Ho shouted. He pulled out his gun and fired at a ridge of rocks where the shots came from. Inside the ship, Tajin jumped to action. Sum-Ki, start the engines. Han Me, get our weapons ready. But it was too late. 3 large ships appeared from behind the moon. They were nothing like Earth ships. They were dark gray with sharp edges and glowing parts. They were much bigger than the human small scout ship. Captain, those are warships, Han Mai said, her face pale. Tajin grabbed the radio. Jun-Ho, Do-Young, run back now. The 2 soldiers ran toward the ship as more blasts hit around them. Jun-Ho fired back, giving Do-Young cover to reach the ship first. Send a message to Earth, Tajin told Han Mei as he ran to open the door for Jun-Ho. Han Mei's fingers flew over the controls. This is Earth Scout Ship Pathfinder. We are under attack by unknown forces at coordinates. A loud boom shook the ship. The lights flickered. They hit our power system. Sum-Ki shouted from the engine room. Jun-Ho made it to the door. He was breathing hard. There are soldiers coming from the rocks. Hundreds of them. They don't look human. Another hit rocked the ship. The radio crackled and went dead. Did the message go through? Tajin asked Han Mei. Only part of it. They jammed our signal, she said. The ship shook again. The engine made a terrible noise, then went quiet. We've lost power, Sum-Ki said. We can't take off. Tajin looked at his team. They were the best scouts Earth had, but they weren't ready for a war. Grab your weapons. If they want us, they'll have to fight for us. Through the window, they saw the alien soldiers coming closer. They were tall with blue-gray skin and wore black armor. Behind them walked someone who looked like their leader. He was taller than the others and had a cape with strange symbols. The leader pointed at the Earth ship and made a gesture. The alien soldiers moved faster. Here they come, Tajin said, holding his gun tight. Remember your training. Remember Earth. The aliens surrounded the ship. There were too many to fight. The leader smiled, showing sharp teeth. That day, Earth lost its first soldiers to the Korra Empire. The Empire would soon learn this was the worst mistake they ever made. Captain Tajin woke up in a small, cold cell. His head hurt. The walls around him glowed with a soft blue light. He tried to stand but found his hands were tied with strange metal bands. Hanna, Jun-Ho, anyone? He called out. I'm here, Captain, came Sum-Ki's voice from the cell next to his. They put us all in different cells. Tajin moved closer to the wall. Is everyone alive? Yes, said Sum-Ki. I heard the guards talking. They don't think we can understand them, but their language is close to one I studied. "What did they say?" asked Tajin. "They call themselves the Korra Empire. They think humans are weak. They want to know about Earth's defenses." Tajin frowned. This was bad. If these aliens learned about Earth, they might attack. His team needed to escape and warn everyone. The door to Tajin's cell opened. A tall alien in shiny armor stood there. It was Admiral Grell, the leader they had seen during the attack. "So you are awake, human," Grell said in rough Earth language. "You will now answer my questions." Guards took Tajin to a room with bright lights. They tied him to a chair. Grell stood in front of him. "How many ships does Earth have? Where are your main bases? How many soldiers?" Grell asked. "I am Captain Tajin, Earth Scout Force. I will only tell you my name and rank," Tajin said. Grell's face turned darker blue with anger. "You will talk, human. We have ways to make you talk." For hours, they asked Tajin questions. They showed him strange tools meant to cause pain. But Tajin stayed quiet. Finally, they took him back to his cell. In another part of the prison, Sergeant Jun-Ho was also being questioned. The aliens hit him when he would not answer. His face was bruised, but he did not give them any information. "Humans are stronger than you think," Jun-Ho told his questioner. The alien hit him again. "We will break you." Jun-Ho just smiled. Meanwhile, Du Young was using her time to watch and learn. From her cell, she could see when guards changed places. She counted the seconds between each guard walk. She noticed which guards were lazy and which were careful. 6 guards on this floor. They change every 8 hours. The door system needs a handprint and a code. She whispered to herself, remembering each detail. In his cell, Engineer Sum Ki was looking at the metal bands on his wrists. The aliens thought these would keep the humans from escaping, but Sum Ki noticed something. "The bands react to body heat," he said quietly. He pressed the bands against the cold floor and felt them loosen a little. Lieutenant Han Mai was put in a cell far from the others. The aliens thought the team leader would know the most. They questioned her for many hours. "Your captain will talk soon. Your soldiers will break. Why suffer?" the questioner asked. Han Mai looked at him with calm eyes. "You don't understand humans at all. That is your first mistake." Days passed. The Korra Empire was getting angry. None of the humans would talk. Admiral Grell called his top officers. "These humans are more stubborn than we thought," Grell said. "But they are just a small scout team. Their planet probably doesn't even know they are missing." One officer spoke up. "What if their message got through? What if Earth comes looking for them?" Grell laughed. "Earth is a backward planet. They have only just started space travel. What can they do against the mighty Korra Empire?" Back in his cell, Tajin heard noises from Sum Ki's cell. "What are you doing?" he whispered. "I found a way to weaken these bands," Sum Ki answered quietly. "Give me a few more days. We're going to escape." Tajin smiled for the first time since they were captured. The Korra Empire thought they had caught some weak humans. They would soon learn how wrong they were. Far away on Earth, a partial message from scout ship Pathfinder had arrived. And Earth was getting ready to show the galaxy what happened when someone took their people. The message room at Earth Central Command was usually quiet, but today it was full of people. Admiral Park Sun stood in the middle, looking at a screen. The screen showed a broken message from Captain Tajin's ship. "Play it again," Admiral Park said. A voice filled the room. "This is Earth Scout Ship Pathfinder. We are under attack by unknown forces at coordinates." Then the message stopped with a loud noise. "That's all we have," said the message officer. "It came 3 days ago." Admiral Park's face was serious. "Where did it come from?" "The outer zone, near the edge of our mapped space," said the officer. Admiral Park turned to the room of officers. "Captain Tajin and his team are some of our best scouts. They would not send this message unless they were in real danger." He walked to a big map of space on the wall. Send ships to these coordinates. Tell them to be careful. We need to know what happened to our people." 2 days later, the search ships came back. They had found pieces of the Pathfinder floating in space. They also found strange metal with marks on it. It was not from an Earth ship. Admiral Park took this information to the United Earth government. All the leaders from Earth's countries sat in a big round room. "We have proof," Admiral Park said. "Our people were attacked by aliens. The Pathfinder was destroyed or taken. Captain Ta Jin and his team are missing." President Choi, the head of the United Earth government, stood up. She was a small woman, but her voice was strong. "Are you saying someone from another world has taken our soldiers?" she asked. "Yes, Madam President," said Admiral Park. "The evidence shows an attack by a force with technology more advanced than ours." The room was quiet. Then an older man spoke up. "What can we do? If they have better ships and weapons, how can we fight them?" President Choi looked at him. "We must try. These are our people." She turned to Admiral Park. "Have we tried to talk to these aliens?" "We sent messages in all directions from where the Pathfinder was last seen. No one has answered." President Choi walked to the middle of the room. "Then we have no choice. We must show whoever did this that Earth does not abandon its people." She looked at each leader in the room. "I ask for a vote. Should Earth declare war on those who have taken our soldiers?" One by one, the leaders voted. Every vote was yes. President Choi nodded. "It is decided. Admiral Park, prepare our fleets. Use everything we have." That night, President Choi spoke to all the people of Earth on screens in homes and public places. "Today, we learned that Captain Ta Jin and 5 brave scouts have been taken from us by an unknown force from space. They were on a peaceful mission of exploration. They were attacked without warning." Her eyes were hard as she spoke. "We have tried to make contact. We have been ignored. So now we send this message to those who have taken our people. Return them unarmed." She paused. "If you do not, know this: Earth is coming. We will find you. We will free our people. And you will learn that taking humans was the worst mistake you ever made." Across Earth, factories began making weapons and ships. Soldiers trained day and night. Scientists worked on new technology that might help against advanced aliens. In her office, President Choi looked at pictures of the 6 missing scouts. "We're coming for you," she whispered. Across the stars, in his prison cell, Captain Ta Jin felt a strange feeling of hope, as if he somehow knew that Earth had not forgotten him and his team. And in his grand command room, Admiral Grell of the Korra Empire had no idea what was coming his way. Earth was changing. Every factory now made things for war. Old car factories made parts for ships. Toy makers made small computers for weapons. Everyone helped. Commander Kang Min walked through a big room full of soldiers. These were not normal soldiers. They were the best fighters Earth had. "You have been chosen for a special job," Commander Kang told them. "We will find and save our people from the aliens." A tall woman stepped forward. "How will we find them?" "Sir, space is very big." "Good question," said Kang. "Our scientists are working on that." In another building, scientists looked at the strange metal from the alien ship. Dr. Lee held a small piece under a light. "It bends energy in a way we've never seen," she said. "If we can learn how it works, we might be able to find where it came from." Admiral Park's son stood in front of Earth's biggest ship. It was still being built. Workers moved all around it, adding parts and checking systems. "How soon will it be ready?" he asked the head builder. 3 more days, Admiral. We're working as fast as we can." Admiral Park nodded. "This ship must be our best. It will lead the fight." Workers painted a name on the side of the huge ship: UES Vengeance. Far away, in the Korra Empire prison, Captain Ta Jin waited. Engineer Sung Ki had been working on their restraints for days. Now it was time. "Tonight," Sung Ki whispered through the wall. "The guards change at midnight. That's when we'll do it." Jin passed the message to the others by tapping on the walls in code. Each tap meant a letter. Slowly, everyone got the message. At midnight, Sum Ki pressed his restraint bands against the cold water pipe in his cell. After 10 minutes, the bands got very cold. He pulled hard, and his hands came free. "I'm out," he whispered. In her cell, Du-Young watched the guards. "Guard change happening now." "The lazy one is on duty," she reported quietly. Sum Ki used a small piece of metal he had taken from his bed to open his cell door. He moved silently down the hall. The lazy guard was looking at a screen and not paying attention. Sum Ki went to Jin's cell first. He opened it quickly. Jin stepped out, rubbing his wrists where the bands had been. "Let's get the others," Jin said. One by one, they freed Han Mei, Junho, and Du-Young. Sum Ki worked fast with his piece of metal. The team met in the hallway. "We need weapons," said Junho. "And a way off this planet," added Han Mei. Jin pointed down the hall. "The guard first. Then we find the control room. From there, we can find a ship." Junho moved quickly toward the guard. The alien was still looking at his screen when Junho grabbed him from behind. The guard couldn't even make a sound before he fell to the floor, knocked out. "I got his weapon," Junho said, holding up a strange gun. "And his key card." The team moved through the prison, staying close to the walls. They had to hide twice when other guards walked by. Du-Young's knowledge of the guard movements helped them avoid being seen. Finally, they reached a door marked with Korra symbols. "This is it," said Sum Ki, looking at the symbols. "The control room." Jin looked at his team. They were thin and tired from their time in prison, but their eyes were bright and ready. "Remember, we need to find a ship and send a message to Earth if we can," Jin said. "Stay together. Watch each other's backs." Junho held up the alien gun. "Ready when you are, Captain." Jin nodded. "Let's show these aliens what humans can do." He swiped the key card, and the door slid open. Admiral Lee Jun stood on the bridge of the UES Vengeance. Around him, 20 smaller Earth ships waited in space. They had traveled for 2 weeks to reach this place, a small Korra Empire outpost near where the Pathfinder was attacked. "All ships ready, Admiral," said his second-in-command. Admiral Lee nodded. "The Korra Empire thinks humans are weak. Today they learned different." He pressed a button on his chair. "All ships, attack now." The Earth ships moved forward fast. The Korra outpost had only 5 ships guarding it. The aliens were not ready for an attack. They never thought humans could find them or would dare to attack. "They're trying to call for help," said a woman at the radio station. "Should we block their call?" "No," said Admiral Lee. "Let them call. Let the whole Empire know we're coming." The Earth ships fired their weapons. 2 Korra ships exploded right away. The other 3 tried to fight back, but it was too late. The Earth ships were too fast, too many. "Their station is firing at us," someone said. Admiral Lee looked at the outpost's weak weapons. "Keep going. Their guns can't hurt us." Inside the outpost, Korra's soldiers ran in fear. They had never been attacked before. The Empire was always the attacker, never the defender. A small Earth ship landed at the outpost's dock. Commander Kang Min and his special team rushed out, wearing spacesuits and carrying big guns. "Find their control room," Commander Kang ordered. "We need their maps and information." The team moved through the outpost, shooting any Korra soldier who tried to stop them. These were Earth's best fighters, and they were angry. Commander Kang found the control room. The Korra officers inside put up their hands in fear. "Where is Nexus Prime?" Commander Kang asked in the Korra language. Earth's scientists had learned it from the metal pieces found in space. "I don't know what you mean," said a Korra officer. Commander Kang put his gun to the officer's head. "Nexus Prime. The prison planet. Where is it?" The officer pointed shakily at a screen showing a map of stars. "There, the 3rd planet from the red star." Commander Kang smiled inside his helmet. Download everything, he told his team. Star maps, ship locations, defense codes, everything. Meanwhile, on Nexus Prime, Captain Ta Jin and his team were in the prison control room. 3 Korra guards lay on the floor, knocked out by Jun-Ho. I found it, said Han Me, looking at a screen. The landing bay is 2 floors down. They have small ships there. Any bigger ships? Asked Ta Jin. Not here, said Han Me. But there's a space station above us. They have battleships there. Some Ki was working on another screen. I can turn off the alarms for 10 minutes. That's all I can do. Ta Jin looked at his team. 10 minutes to get to the landing bay, steal a ship, and get away. Can we do it? We have to, said Du Young. They left the control room and moved quickly through the prison. They had to hide once when a group of guards walked by. Precious minutes passed. We should free the other prisoners, said Han Me when they passed cells with aliens inside. They hate the Korra Empire too. They can help cause confusion. Ta Jin nodded. Some Ki used the guard's key card to open all the cells. Aliens of many kinds ran out, happy to be free. The prison became loud with shouts and running feet. Perfect, said Ta Jin. Let's go while the guards are busy. They found the landing bay where 10 small ships waited. Some Ki looked at them. I can fly that one, he said, pointing to the smallest ship. It's simple. Alarms started to sound. Their 10 minutes were up. Go, 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 shouted Ta Jin. They ran to the ship as Korra guards entered the landing bay and started shooting at them. Jun-Ho fired back, giving the others time to get in the ship. Some Ki jumped into the pilot's seat and pressed buttons. The ship's engines started. Hang on, he shouted as the ship lifted off the floor. This will be rough. The ship shot out of the landing bay into space. Behind them, Nexus Prime grew smaller. Ahead of them was freedom and a chance to find Earth's fleet. The small ship carrying Captain Ta Jin and his team flew through space. They had been traveling for 3 days since escaping Nexus Prime. Some Ki had learned to fly the alien ship quickly, but they had a problem. The fuel is getting low, Some Ki said, looking at strange symbols on the control panel. We need to find a place to land soon. Han Me looked at the ship's map. There's a small planet nearby. It's not marked as a Korra Empire world. Is it safe? Asked Du Young. Ta Jin looked at the map. We don't have a choice. We'll land and hope for the best. Some Ki guided the ship toward the small green planet. As they got closer, they saw it was covered with forests and oceans. It looked peaceful. I'm picking up signals, said Han Me, listening to the ship's radio. Someone is talking, but not in the Korra language. They landed in a small clearing in the forest. Carefully, they stepped out of the ship, weapons ready. The air smelled fresh. Birds sang in the trees. It seems nice here, said Jun-Ho, looking around. Suddenly, figures appeared from the trees. They were aliens, but not Korra. These aliens were tall with 4 arms and green-blue skin. They carried simple weapons. We come in peace, said Ta Jin, putting his hands up. One alien stepped forward. You came in a Korra ship. Are you Korra spies? Ta Jin was surprised the alien spoke Earth language. No, we are humans from Earth. We stole this ship to escape from a Korra prison. The alien looked at them for a long moment. Then it lowered its weapon. Escaped prisoners, follow me. The alien led them through the forest to a hidden base under the trees. Many more aliens of different kinds worked there. Some looked like insects, others like fish. All worked together. What is this place? Asked Han Me. This is one base of the resistance, said their guide. I am Mira, a leader here. Mira took them to a room with a table and chairs. Food and water waited for them. The humans ate hungrily. So, humans fight the Korra Empire too? Asked Mira. Yes, said Ta Jin. They captured us, and now Earth has declared war on them. Mira's eyes widened. Your whole planet declared war? For just a few prisoners? That's how humans are, said Junho proudly. We don't leave our people behind. Mira seemed impressed. The Korra Empire has ruled this part of space for 100 years. They have taken over 20 planets. They use people from these planets as slaves or soldiers. That's terrible, said Du Young. Yes, said Mira. We have fought them for many years, but we are few and they are many. Until now, no one has directly attacked them like you say Earth has. Ta Jin leaned forward. We need to contact Earth. Our fleet is coming to find us. Mira nodded. We have long-range communication, but it's risky. The Korra might hear it too. We'll take that risk, said Ta Jin. Meanwhile, on Earth, scientists made a big discovery. Dr. Lee ran into Admiral Park's office, excited. We did it, she said. We found a way to stop Korra ships. Admiral Park looked up. Explain. Their ships use a special energy system, said Dr. Lee. We've created a virus that can shut it down for a short time. Not forever, but long enough to attack. Admiral Park smiled for the first time in weeks. Can we put this virus in all our weapons? Yes, said Dr. Lee. And more. We can send it through space as a signal. Any Korra ship that gets the signal will lose power for about 5 minutes. Admiral Park stood up. This changes everything. We can win now. In his palace on the Korra homeworld, the Emperor received bad news from Admiral Grell. Great Emperor, humans have attacked our outpost near the Zeta sector. They destroyed 5 ships and stole information. The Emperor's face turned dark blue with anger. How is this possible? You said humans were primitive. I was wrong, admitted Grell. They are more dangerous than we thought. Find them, ordered the Emperor. Use the Imperial Armada. Destroy these humans before they cause more trouble. What the Emperor didn't know was that trouble had only just begun. Admiral Grell stood on the bridge of his giant ship. Around him, 50 Korra warships moved through space. This was the Imperial Armada, the strongest force in the Korra Empire. They were heading to the edge of human space. These humans will learn their place, Grell said to his officers. Their little attack was lucky. Now they will see real power. A young officer spoke up. Admiral, we received word that the prisoners escaped from Nexus Prime. Grell's face turned dark with anger. How? That prison is supposed to be escape-proof. They had help from other prisoners, said the officer. They stole a small ship and disappeared. Grell hit his fist on a table. Find them. They must not reach Earth. Far away, Admiral Lee Jun's fleet waited near a small moon. All of Earth's ships were there, including the massive UES Vengeance. They had received a message from Captain Ta Jin, sent through the Resistance's communication system. Captain Ta Jin and his team are alive, Admiral Lee told his crew. They're with aliens who also fight the Korra Empire. They told us the Empire is sending a big fleet to attack Earth. The crew looked worried. Admiral Lee smiled. Don't worry. We're not going to wait for them to come to us. We're going to meet them here, far from Earth. He pointed to a spot on the space map. This is where we'll fight. Our scientists have a surprise for the Korra ships. On the Resistance planet, Captain Ta Jin and his team prepared to leave. Mira and 20 Resistance fighters were going with them. My people want to help, said Mira. We fought the Korra Empire in small ways for years. Now we can fight in a big way. Are you sure? Asked Ta Jin. This will be dangerous. Mira nodded. The Korra took my world and made my people slaves. I want to see them fall. They boarded a bigger ship that the Resistance had been hiding. It was old but had good weapons. Sung Ki and 3 alien engineers checked the engines. It's ready, said Sung Kai. This ship can get us to the meeting point with Earth's fleet. Ta Jin looked at his team. They had been through so much, but they were still strong. Let's go home, he said. The ship lifted off the planet and headed into space. Meanwhile, Admiral Grell's armada reached the edge of human space. They were ready to attack, but there were no Earth ships. "Where are they?" Grell asked. "Are they hiding?" Suddenly, ships appeared on their sensors. Earth ships were coming from behind a moon, heading straight for them. "They dare to attack us?" Grell laughed. "They have only 30 ships. We have 50. The Earth fleet moved in a strange pattern. Instead of coming in a line, they spread out in all directions. "What are they doing?" asked a Korra officer. "This is not normal battle formation." On the UES Vengeance, Admiral Lee gave the order, "Send the signal now." Earth's ships sent out a special radio wave. It carried Dr. Lee's virus. The signal reached the Korra ships in seconds. On Grell's ship, the lights flickered. Then they went out. The engines stopped. All 50 Korra ships went dark. "What's happening?" shouted Grell. "Fix it now." His engineers worked fast, but nothing happened. The ships floated in space, helpless. Admiral Lee smiled. "All ships, attack now. We have 5 minutes before their power returns." Earth's ships fired their weapons. 10 Korra ships exploded right away. The others could not fight back or move. On the UES Vengeance, Commander Kang and his special team got into a small, fast ship. "Board Admiral Grell's ship," ordered Admiral Lee. "Capture him if you can." As the battle raged, Captain Ta Jin's ship appeared. "This is Captain Ta Jin of Earth," he said over the radio. "We have resistance fighters with us. We're here to help." Admiral Lee's voice came back. "Welcome home, Captain. Join the fight. Today, we show the Korra Empire what happens when they take humans." The resistance ship joined the battle, firing at the helpless Korra ships. It was not a fair fight, but the Korra Empire had never fought fair either. The battle was over in 20 minutes. Earth's ships had destroyed 15 Korra vessels. 20 more were badly damaged. The rest, including Admiral Grell's giant command ship, were now under human control. Commander Kang and his team had captured Admiral Grell. They brought him to the bridge of the UES Vengeance. His hands were tied, and his face was dark blue with rage and shame. "Admiral Grell," said Admiral Lee, looking at the Korra leader, "you took our people. Now we have taken you." Grell looked around at the human ship. "How did you do this? How did you stop our ships?" Admiral Lee smiled. "That's our secret. But know this, we can do it again any time we want." Captain Ta Jin entered the bridge with Lieutenant Han Mei. The other members of his team were helping with the captured Korra ships. When Grell saw Ta Jin, his eyes widened. "You," Grell said. "How did you escape Nexus Prime?" "Humans are full of surprises," said Ta Jin. "You should have learned that by now." Admiral Lee nodded to a communications officer. "Connect me to Earth. I want to speak to President Choi." On a large screen, President Choi's face appeared. She looked tired but determined. "Admiral Lee," she said, "I see the battle is won." "Yes, Madam President," said Admiral Lee. "We have captured Admiral Grell and 15 of their ships. Captain Ta Jin and his team are safe with us." President Choi smiled. "Excellent work, Captain Ta Jin. It's good to see you alive." Ta Jin nodded. "Thank you, Madam President. We also have new friends." He gestured to Mira, who stepped forward. "This is Mira, leader of the resistance against the Korra Empire." President Choi looked at Mira with interest. "We are happy to meet others who fight against those who took our people." Mira bowed slightly. "The Korra Empire has hurt many worlds. We are glad humans have joined the fight." President Choi's face became serious. "And now we must end it." She looked at Admiral Grell. "Listen carefully, Admiral. I have a message for your Emperor." Admiral Lee turned Grell to face the screen. "The Korra Empire has attacked our people without cause," said President Choi. "You have taken our soldiers prisoner. You have threatened our world. This ends now." She leaned forward. "Here is our demand. The Korra Empire will free all planets it has taken. It will free all people it has made slaves. All Korra leaders who ordered these things will face justice. If the Emperor agrees to this, we will stop our attacks." Grell laughed. "The Emperor will never agree. The Korra Empire has ruled for 100 years. We have thousands of ships." "Had," said Admiral Lee. "You had thousands of ships. But now we know how to stop them all at once." President Choi nodded. "You have one Earth day to send our message to your Emperor. If he agrees, there will be peace. If not, we will continue until the Korra Empire is no more." After the call ended, Admiral Lee ordered Grell to be taken away. "Do you think the Emperor will agree?" Han Mi asked Ta Jin. "No," said Ta Jin. "People like that don't give up power easily." Mira stepped closer. "If the Emperor refuses, what will happen?" Admiral Lee looked at the stars on the view screen. "Then we take the fight to the Korra homeworld." On the Korra homeworld, the Emperor sat on his grand throne. A messenger knelt before him, shaking with fear. "What do you mean, the Armada is defeated?" The Emperor shouted. "That's not possible." "It's true, Great One," said the messenger. "The humans used some kind of weapon that stopped our ships. They captured Admiral Grell. Only 15 ships escaped to bring this news." The Emperor stood up, his royal robes flowing around him. "These humans have gone too far. They think they can threaten the Korra Empire. We will show them our true power." But as he looked at the worried faces of his advisors, the Emperor felt something he had never felt before: doubt. One Earth day passed. The Emperor's answer came: "The Korra Empire does not surrender." Admiral Lee looked at his officers. "Then we go to the Korra homeworld." The Earth fleet, joined by resistance ships from many worlds, set course for the heart of the Empire. As they traveled, something amazing happened. On planets ruled by the Korra, people began to fight back. News of the human victory had spread fast. "The Empire is falling apart," Mira told Captain Ta Jin as they looked at reports coming in. "People have waited 100 years for this chance." Admiral Lee sent the virus signal ahead. By the time Earth ships reached the Korra homeworld, half the defending ships were already floating powerless in space. "This is too easy," said Junho, now commanding a small Earth ship. "They never thought they could lose," said Du Young, who worked at the ship's controls. "That was their biggest mistake." On the Korra homeworld, panic spread. The Emperor called his council. "How can we stop them?" he demanded. An old advisor stood up. "Great Emperor, perhaps we should consider their terms." Many council members agree. "Traitor," shouted the Emperor. "I will never surrender." But as he spoke, the doors to the council room burst open. Commander Kang and his special team entered, weapons ready. Behind them came Korra soldiers with bands of different colors on their arms. "What is this?" the Emperor asked in shock. A Korra general stepped forward. "The military has made its decision. The war is over. You dare to betray me." The Emperor's voice shook with rage. "You betrayed us," said the general. "You led us into a war we could not win, against an enemy you did not understand." The Emperor looked around the room and saw no friendly faces. His empire had fallen in less than a month after standing for 100 years. 2 weeks later, leaders from Earth, the former Korra Empire, and the Resistance met on a neutral space station. President Choi sat at the head of a large table. "Today marks a new beginning," she said. "The Korra Empire is no more. In its place will be the Galactic Council, where all worlds have a voice." Captain Ta Jin and his team watched from the side of the room. They wore new uniforms with special medals. They were heroes now, not just to humans, but to many species across the stars. "Did you ever think our capture would lead to this?" Han Mi asked Ta Jin quietly. "Never," he said. "I just wanted to get my team home." Sun Ki looked at the many aliens in the room. "We went from not knowing aliens existed to changing the whole galaxy in 1 month." President Choi called Captain Ta Jin to the table. The first act of the Galactic Council will be to establish a peacekeeping force. Captain Ta Jin will help lead this force. Ta Jin stepped forward. I am honored, he said. Humans and all free people will work together to make sure no empire can ever threaten peace again. Later, Captain Ta Jin stood on the observation deck of the UES Vengeance. The ship was being prepared for a new mission, to explore the galaxy in peace. Admiral Park joined him. You've come a long way from being a prisoner, Admiral Park said. Ta Jin nodded. The Korra Empire made one simple mistake. They thought capturing a few humans was nothing important. And instead, they lost everything, said Admiral Park. Yes, said Ta Jin. They never understood what humans do when someone takes our people. We don't stop. We don't give up. We keep fighting until we win. Through the window, they could see Earth ships and alien ships flying together. Former enemies were now allies. The galaxy had changed forever. And it all started because the Korra Empire captured human soldiers and learned too late that humanity would stop at nothing to get them back. Humans, Admiral Park said with a smile. We're not the strongest or the most advanced, but we might be the most stubborn species in the galaxy. Ta Jin laughed, and thank goodness for that. The end.